6th. Oh, right on the dot. Okay. Here we go. We will now call the Plan Commission meeting of July 14th, 2026 to order. Roll call, please.
Hannah here.
Ouch here. Sullivan here.
Kavich here.
Guzikowski here.
Holdani here.
Chandler here.
Okay, that will get us to approval of minutes way back to June the 9th, 2026. Everybody take a look. You guys, when you men and women are satisfied, there's no discussion, errors, corrections, omissions, motion.
2026.
Lork seconds.
Roll call, beginning with Christine.
Hannah, I.
Ouch aye. Sullivan aye.
Lork, aye.
Kavich, aye.
Guzikowski.
Holdani, aye.
Chandler abstains.
Okay. Item 4, review a preliminary subdivision plat for Blue Stem at the Prairie. This is a single-family residential subdivision, and it will be located at 2241 and 2264 West Prairie Wind Boulevard. Todd.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm sure you are all familiar with these properties located north of Drexel, east of 27th Street. It's some ongoing issues going on with this, or said items with this as a year ago, going back a year ago to July 2025, when the applicant came before you looking for approvals for amending of the comprehensive plan that would take it from mixed use to single family detached, rezoning. There was multiple zoning districts there, but taking it to RS4 for a single family use. A couple of CSMs, which gave us the unique pattern of parcels that we have today, two of which are for tonight to discuss dividing them further with subdivisions into subdivisions, and an official map amendment which eliminated some roads, future roads from our official map. And so tonight they're here again trying to get, looking to get approval of a preliminary subdivision plat called Blue Stem at the Prairie, which would be an 88 single family lot residential subdivision. So the two parcels shown here, kind of highlighted in a lighter blue, total together combined nearly 35 acres. And their current uses there, well, they're undeveloped agricultural lots currently. They do contain some environmentally sensitive areas. In the northeast, you do have some wetland area, floodplain, secondary environmental corridor, also a little bit of wetland to the west of the proposed subdivision. However, what they're proposing as far as their subdivision will not impact at all any of the environmental sensitive areas surrounding these. They'll all be contained within outlots. As I noted, the zoning for this is RS4, single family residential district. So that has a max density of 5.4 units per net acre, a minimum lot size of 8,000 square feet, and a minimum lot width of 60 feet. So again, they're proposing the 88 lots as part of the subdivision. The lots range from 8,000 square feet or 8,001 square feet to 16,240 square feet, with the average being just about 5,600 square feet for a lot within these two, within this subdivision. It also contains 8 outlots, 4 of which will be acting as buffers around the proposed lots with natural areas, somewhat of a buffer for those homes. And then 4 of those outlots will be landscape islands within cul-de-sacs, or in one case, you have a little circle here, U-shaped, that will have a outlot in the middle of it. The proposed density for this development is 2.54 units per acre, so significantly less than the permitted maximum for the RS4. And in developing this site, they will be removing some trees. They noted 18 trees will be removed to clear for the subdivision. They are proposing to replace those trees in full, actually with 38 replacement trees, as they required 16 trees, or 16 of them were 12 inches to 29 inches in diameter, and 2 of the trees were over 29 inches in diameter. So they will be planting those trees on site, all in the northeast portion up here, right nestled into the environmental corridor. We did have the applicant speak with Sewer Pack and did confirm that the species of trees that they'll be planting are compatible with what Sewer Pack would like to see in that environmental corridor. So like some other subdivisions that you've seen recently, this one is looking to, while it will be a single preliminary plat, they're looking to have 2 final plats. So do this development in phases. The first phase, phase 1, would be the northern portion of the preliminary plat, consisting of 47 lots and 4 outlots, shown here on your screen. And then there would be a phase 2, 41 lots to the south, outlots 5 through 8 there. And then they would also be including a dedicated right-of-way in the south. They won't be improving it with a street, but dedicating the right-of-way as a possible connection to the south should the property to the south choose to redevelop. That would create a connection there. So I've suggested motion on the screen. We have the applicant here behind me if you have any questions for him. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Todd. Does the applicant want to say anything or wait on questions? Come on up, John.
I can wait on questions. I think Todd did a great
Oh,
job of
Okay.
summarizing everything.
Sounds great. Before we go to the council, I understand a resident wanted to say something, although not a public hearing, it's just a handful of us. I'd welcome the resident. Excuse, sir, you have to come up to the podium, sir. And we'll need your name and address.
I was going to read an excoriating statement, but I'm hearing some good things from the planners. My name is Paul Nelson Grieger. I live at 2231 West Rawson Avenue. The creek that exits the culvert pipe underneath Rawson Avenue comes out in my backyard. So I feel like I am somewhat of a custodian of that waterway, and I'm concerned about development taking place in the fields behind because of groundwater absorption, the loss of native plants and trees. I'm hearing some pretty good things about planting new trees. I am still concerned about the number of lawns that are going to go in, the runoff of fertilizers and pesticides from said lawns, the loss of the deeper loam from the prairie plants that exist. One of the first things they do when they come in is they grade everything and remove the topsoil and truck it away and sell it, and then put down a little topsoil and spray lawns over the top of it using hydroseeding. I'm also very concerned because there's a distinct possibility that if there's not enough absorption in the periphery around this area, that stormwater could back up and my creek could rise in my backyard. I have been watching this creek for 6 years. I have never seen it overflow its banks, but I am also aware of the fact that we in 2024 had 6 inches of rain in 6 hours, and my sump pump ran almost continuously. My neighbors' lawns on either side of me are slightly lower, so they will suffer worse than I will should some kind of backwater and flooding occur. So having said all of that, I just wanted to voice my concerns at this meeting and let you all know that I will be monitoring this. I don't want to spend the last few years of my life fighting with my insurance company because of a massive loss should something horrible occur.
No, and you know, just to explain the process, if you haven't been through it, when something like this comes forward, it has to have a stormwater plan and the whole
Yeah.
thing.
I saw the retention basins in the plot.
Yeah,
so-
so I mean, in most cases, I have this much faith in our staff. It usually improves things for the area. I don't know how far downstream it is from Rawson and how that would affect, but usually the immediate areas are improved greatly. And I think it's a testament to Oak Creek. If you go back 15, 20 years, the flooding we used to see, particularly on the southeast side, has been tampered down. We still get it, without a doubt, with these unusual rains like you brought up. But I think we do a far better job these days managing it. So, but I do thank you for the concerns. You know, typically there's some processes before this where the public input is, but
I was
glad to have you up
I
here.
was working 45 to 50 hours a week a
Understood.
year ago. And believe me, there's no place I'd rather be anywhere else but here because today is my 61st birthday.
Well, happy birthday. Happy
Glad I made
birthday.
it. I'm a former truck driver. I'm permanently disabled. I had a serious injury last year and I'm out of the workforce.
Sorry to hear that, but
I'm still surviving.
you look great.
I feel pretty good today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
All right. Thank you for your time.
All right. With that, John, you want to say something before I go to the commission?
Sure, just to address this gentleman's concerns, I think.
John, did you identify yourself?
Sure, John Seatman with Seatman Realty. I'm the applicant. I think Commissioner Sullivan can attest that all of our stormwater is well within the state and local standards for discharge, and we have a great track record of reducing the amount of volume that leaves the site during storm events, as you said. We capture most of it and let it out slowly, so hopefully that, there's nothing we can do about a 6 or a 12-inch rainstorm. Those are beyond the limits of what these things are designed for, but for your average storms that we get, we do control those.
And keep in mind, right now, this is just vacant land. It will have a modern sewage system as well for storm and.
Correct. And it will also have, it's hard to see it on this plat, but that outlet on the north side of all the lots and to the east is all going to be planted with native plants. So there'll be a very generous filter strip there before anything goes to the north. And I believe that the volume of water that goes to the north is very limited. Most everything flows to the south, so I don't think that there's going to be a huge or dramatic effect on the folks on Rawson Avenue from our plan.
Okay. Well, you're going to be watched, so.
I know we will
Even
be.
more.
We always are.
Okay. We'll go to the commission. Christine?
Just to kind of add to all of those comments, and maybe Matt can address that. This is in a floodplain zone, so it doesn't flood, or the infiltration of the water in the ground is not the best here, this type of land as well. So is there any idea or plan for detention ponds at all on these sites to be one of them or a couple of them located on the premises?
Yes. And that's something that you don't see in a preliminary plat is what our grading plan looks like, but there's a tremendous amount of stormwater controls on this site from north to south to control all of that. So even if we don't have a retention basin in that area, like I said, we would plant it with native plants that would be water tolerant for that type of growing condition. We planted many of these sites before with great success with getting good catch and good native vegetation to absorb that water and slow it down before it gets off-site anywhere.
It's just good to have both of them, if possible, especially with the heavy rain that we had in the past couple of seasons. So you never know. And we want that gentleman to not have any issues with his insurance.
I don't want to have any phone calls from
Yes,
anybody on this.
nobody does. But that should be it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Steve?
Plan looks good to me. No questions.
Matt?
I have no comments in regards to the preliminary plat, to basically add to the discussion with stormwater. I believe there's 5+ ponds that are planned for the entire site. This has been reviewed by our sub-consultants or our consultants in regards to making sure that it meets our Chapter 13 municipal code requirements, which, for reference, tend to be more strict than MMS Chapter 13. So we are probably one of the most controlled cities within the southeast region in regards to managing our stormwater. This has actually been submitted to MSD and actually been approved this last week. So we have reviews and approvals from our agencies in regards to our stormwater management. So I feel very confident, and we've shown in the past compliance and success with managing our water. Also wanted to note that, as Todd had mentioned, all of the wetlands that are present on site are actually being left alone in regards to also the environmental corridor. So a lot of those environmental issues or protections that are out there right now are going to remain in place. So we should see that benefit also through that process, which will be evident as the project goes along. That's it. Thank you.
Greg?
You may have addressed the question already, but the lots to the north, there's the strip north of those lots. I believe there's like existing tree line there and everything, and some of it may be on your property, some of it may be north of you. But you said you're planting native grasses there. Is there still going to be a tree line that you know of there? Or are all those trees on your property?
We're not taking any trees down along that north property line, with the exception of where that jog is in the northwest corner of the property line.
Okay.
Can you go back one slide? That northwest area, there's a few trees that have to come out because we're conveying the stormwater down and around those northwest lots to the south, where that waterway comes down kind of northwest to southeast.
Okay. And then the 18 trees that were deemed replaceable, that's over the entire 34 acres, correct?
That's correct, yeah. I mean, most of them were in these belts,
And then
you know, here and here.
and then the 38 will be planted in a concentrated
Yeah, their landscape plan, which was in your packet, they're putting them all in the northeast corner, kind of as continuing the environmental corridor.
Okay.
So that's why it was important that we talked to the Regional Planning Commission to make sure that they were not going to be causing an issue
Sure.
with what's there or what's native there.
Okay.
And those, just for the record, that most of the trees that are being removed are on that easement area over to IKEA Way. So there's a pretty thick forest there through Falk Park that we need to clear to get the street through. So I would say that the majority of the bigger trees are in that section.
Okay. And then can you go back one slide? Just the other way. Maybe it's forward one side, this one. I just wanted to make sure, I don't know if this is a typo or a calculation error. The minimum lot size is 8,000 square feet. The average on this slide says it's 5,000.
That's on me.
But
It might
I'm
be
just making sure that's not
It might
an
be,
accurate number.
I think it's 95, 99.
9
Okay.
probably.
Perfect, thank you.
Chris?
No questions. Looks good.
Don?
Yeah, no questions.
Fred?
That's very true. And what's unique about this project is that we control the entire site. So all of the lands that are not being platted as part of this discussion tonight include stormwater basins that we are going to construct as part of the initial construction. So what you don't see are I think there's 7 more ponds that we're going to be building down there, and they're all part of one master stormwater system. So we're going to have a preliminary plat here, or the plat for Bluestem at the Prairie will have their common areas, and then the other areas will have their own common areas, but they will all be governed and maintained by one central association. So the apartment owner will control the homeowners association, which will control the stormwater throughout the entire residential area. So including all of the apartment areas and all of the single family areas. let's call it a stormwater plan, because it includes several ponds that it would be hard to describe without showing it here, but I think we have 7 or 8 that are off the site of the single-family areas that the single-family areas contribute to, but they're all governed under one big umbrella of this master stormwater plan. So you don't see everything on this preliminary plat because there's no stormwater shown here. But we have more than adequate stormwater controls throughout the site. Otherwise, Commissioner Sullivan wouldn't be able to approve these plans. So they include all of the impervious area that will be developed as part of the multifamily units, as well as the single-family units. And picture this as, you've seen the plan for the prairie with all the different phases. Everything that's residential will contribute to this overall stormwater plan, which kind of runs, as I mentioned, northwest to southeast. And all of that will have an association that will pay their proportionate share toward the maintenance of those stormwater basins, whether they're in Bluestem or they're in one of the apartment complexes. So they're sort of all working as a group.
Is that it,
And I
Fred?
just wanted to confirm too, it is 9,599 is the average size. You know, it's really hot out. I think my brain is a little melted.
All right. Chauncey?
No questions, thank you.
Okay. Mine were pretty much covered for the most part. Again, you know, it should be a nice plan. It should be well rounded out. Looking pretty good. And I mean, alone on here, I think there's 4 visible ponds right away. So, as he said, it wouldn't have made it through engineering and everything else that we have to do. Okay. Well, okay.
Sounds about right.
Perfect. So I think we're adequate. So there's no further discussions or questions. We'll look for motion on 4, I believe.
York moves to approve the preliminary subdivision plat for Blue Stem at the Prairie Single Family Residential Subdivision to be located at 2241 and 2264 West Prairie Wind Boulevard with the following conditions. Number 1, that all water and sewer utility connections are coordinated with the Oak Creek Water and Sewer Utility. 2, that all required development and stormwater agreements are coordinated with the engineering department. 3, that all technical corrections, including but not limited to corrections required for compliance with the municipal code and Wisconsin statutes, are made prior to recording. And 4, that all revisions to the preliminary subdivision plat are submitted electronically to the Department of Community Development prior to submission of permit applications.
Vouch second.
Roll call, beginning with Steve.
Vouch aye.
Sullivan, aye.
Lorik, aye.
Kavich, aye.
Guzekowski, aye.
Hold on, aye.
Chandler, aye.
Anna, I.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Guys. Thank you for your input, sir. Appreciate it. Item 5, sign appeal. We're going to review a permit for appeal for Dursey Future Business, and this is located at 10300 South Oakview Parkway. Top.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, as you can see the property here on the screen, the applicant is here seeking a variance as they are proposing a temporary sign that happens to be larger and taller than what would be permitted by our code, and also would like to be displaying it for longer than what our code allows us to, at staff level, approve. So to give you an idea of what that sign will look like, that is on the left. Again, 7 feet tall. The sign area is 50 square feet, and it's going to be located in the northeast corner of the site, set back appropriately per our requirements. So variances. Well, our code says that for display period, the maximum that could be a display period is 72 days. The applicant is asking for a display period of 458 days. The area for the sign the code notes that 32 square feet would be the largest area for such sign. The applicant is requesting a 50-foot square sign, or 50 square foot sign. And for height, the code restricts it to 6 feet in height. The applicant is asking for a 7-foot tall sign. So we have a suggested motion for you on the screen. Should you be approving the variance? And the applicant is here with, if you have any questions.
Okay. Applicant, like to say a few words before we go to the commission?
Sure. My name is Chris Wida. I'm the Vice President of Operations at Dursey Inc., 3800 West Canal in Milwaukee, 53208. I don't have any specific comments. I'm certainly happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay. Stand by. Start on the right. Josie?
I do have questions for the applicant. My first question is for the size of the sign. Why so large?
Sure. In the little write-up that I did, Mr. Bill Haney, our chairman, who's worked with Dursey for 50 years, started in signage with billboards and all that. So he knows signage. He came up with the sign based on, we looked at Google Maps and took dimensions of where the sign would be relative to the cross street. So that's how he came up with the sign and the font size for the size of the sign.
Okay, and this sign is only temporary?
Correct, yeah. The intent would be to leave this temporary sign up until we have signage on our building, identifying the building as being Dursey, at which point the signage or the temporary sign would come down. So the 458 days, that's really I'll say a maximum. That's to our date of occupancy, certificate of occupancy. I would expect it would be significantly, prior to that, when we'd have the signage, on the building, approved and on the building.
We do include a condition that you'll see in a suggested motion that it would be removed if it's a preceding, or if they put up their permanent sign, they'd have to remove their temporary sign. So.
And once again, that time frame is based on, can you repeat that again?
Sure, it's from now, so we've broken ground already. So it's now until we move in, or until the signage is on the building. Okay. Yeah, it's about a 15, 16-month build period.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Fred?
Sure. The size of the building and the high profile of the intersection there, we thought people driving by on Howell would want to know, hey, what's this development? Throughout the course of the build, they'd be able to see, why what the building is for, rather than the first 90 days. Could be any time from now until we have building signage up on the building.
Well, okay. Well taken. Don?
No questions right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Chris?
I don't have any questions, but I'm not opposed to it at all.
Okay. Greg?
As far as the materials, I know that this is a temporary sign, but it looks fairly permanent. Is it? I mean, it's not a banner.
No, it's not a banner. It's a printed printed PVC, signage material. BPI Incorporated, who does a lot of these signs, temporary, construction type signs. Yeah, and our business is graphics, making things look good. We certainly want that to be in a high quality sign throughout the course of the duration that it's in place.
Okay. And then the condition of it being removed once the building has the signs up, I mean, that seems appropriate. You're not putting a ground mounted sign then? Once the building has the signs on the building, you won't put a sign back here?
Correct. The current plan is to have building signage, no like monument sign,
Okay.
in the building park.
Okay,
Or
thank you.
in front of the building. Yeah.
Thanks.
Matt,
Comment?
Steve?
My questions have been answered. No questions.
I have one comment / question. For the sign to remain that long, and it's almost like a year, okay? What is the maintenance plan or strategically to make sure with wind and different season coming around to maintain that sign? Who's maintaining it and how you're gonna be notified if it falls, of whatever happens to that sign?
Yeah, it would be our Dursey Inc.'s responsibility to maintain it or to have it maintained.
Okay.
We do have that type of capability within our own employees, so we could send somebody out to the site, and we would instruct our general contractor to advise us if there is need for any repair. I'm actually going to be on site quite a bit. I'm the owner's representative on the project, so at least every 2 weeks for our owner architect contractor meeting, present in the trailers. So, and I would expect probably a lot more than that I'll be on site, and that's the pathway to get to the construction site.
Yeah, I'm expecting for that lines, which I have no problem with, for it to be maintained most oftenly, but does the city, Todd, do we require a maintenance agreement signature?
I mean, we don't have a maintenance agreement that we go with the
Code
signs, but
compliance would take it into effect.
potentially our code enforcement could take a look. And Matt, you were going to add in?
I think in the narrative that was provided by Dursey, it does speak towards their maintenance.
Yeah. And
That the city
could
require them to fix it
Yeah.
as we see needed.
or removal, yeah. And the technology, I've been in this business for 25 years with Dursey and signage. The printing technology has certainly improved since when I started. So for a little over a year, I don't expect the quality of the sign to degrade. It was more just make sure it doesn't blow.
Yes.
Something in the wind, something hits it. Not that there are trees right where that's going to be, but
Yes.
tree branch hits it, whatever. Right.
Just to maintain the
Yeah.
aesthetic of that place, that's all. Okay, that's it, thank you.
Okay. I guess I'll just kind of put my comments out there. So we're welcoming Dursey with a groundbreaking. As he said, they're moving dirt now, but the groundbreaking is actually happening this Friday.
Yeah.
This is a big deal. It's 225,000 square foot. This is their basically world headquarters. They're worldwide. They chose Oak Creek as their home. They're combining a plant in the valley as well as from Illinois.
Well, yeah, Waukegan, Illinois. It's the footprint of the building is 260-some thousand square feet.
Correct.
Usable space 297 to start.
Yep.
Expandable to
And it's
500.
expandable.
Yeah.
Dursey is a sign and display company. If you're not familiar with it, that's kind of what they do. I mean, a lot of you have been to trade shows and see the stuff they make. Without a doubt. I just, I'll just say this. I have seen contractor signs on builds hung on fences, and I'll point to Life Point, the rehabilitation hospital, for almost 18 months being built, where they fenced it and they had contractor signs on the fences identifying who the contractor is. Personally, I like to see that, know who the contractor is, but more importantly, I like to know who the business is. because a lot of people were saying, well, what is it? The contractor's going, you know how many times I had to say, well, that's Life Point? At least they can Google Dursey and get familiar with our latest world headquarters here in Oak Creek. So as far as, you know, obviously the 458 is based on when they're building, and that's based on 18 months. If by chance they beat that 18 months, the sign would come down. Because once the signage on the building is in effect, effectively on and approved through the city, it would come down. As far as the maintenance goes, if it's looking shabby and the whole thing, we do have code enforcements that would tell Dursey to get it done. I have every faith that they would take care of their product. They're putting up a world-class building. They're not going to cheese out on a sign. It's my 2 cents. So, any other discussion? Oh, as far as the variance goes, not worried about a temporary sign at 7 foot and the whole thing. The other thing about this particular corner at Oakview Business Park, it's really the last parcel. And the city itself went to extremes to get this parcel put together because we wanted a world-class company on this to make a statement about Oakview Business Park. I don't know if, you probably don't remember it, but we've had offers to do other things on this corner, which just did not meet what the city's vision was for this corner. So we were very happy to connect with Dursey along the way. And we were very fortunate to win out because we weren't the only suitor for this business. So thank you for choosing Oak Creek. But anyhow, like I say, it's a temporary sign going forward. And if they would choose a monument sign, they'd come back through here either way.
Correct.
I'll leave it at that. So, any further discussions? Okay. Seeing none, motion?
Lork moves to approve a sign appeal allowing a temporary sign with an area of 50 square feet and a height of 7 feet to be displayed for 458 days on the property at 10300 South Oakview Parkway with the following conditions. 1, that all relevant code requirements remain in effect. 2, that the temporary sign permit shall be valid through October 15th, 2027. The sign shall be removed by October 16th, 2027. And 3, that the temporary ground-mounted sign shall be removed following the installation of permanent exterior building signage if it precedes October 15th, 2027.
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call, beginning with Matt.
Sullivan, aye.
Lorick, aye.
Gavich, aye.
Guzekowski, aye.
Ladani, aye.
Chandler, aye.
Hannah, aye.
Bouch, aye.
Okay, motion carries. Before we adjourn, just a couple things. I hope everybody enjoyed the 4th of July. Had some great festivities, very nice parade, beautiful weather for it. It is hot out there, so please, watch your pets, and more importantly, watch your children, watch your people. Very easy to contract heat stroke, so be careful out there the next few days. And then this weekend, Dog Days kicks off. The city's going to the dogs again this weekend. It's all right here in Drexel Town Square. Kicks off on Friday. So there'll be exhibitions with all things dogs this weekend. So please check it out. Farmers Market will continue as usual. So that's all. If there's no further business, I'll ask for a motion for adjournment.
Lorick seconds.
Roll call, beginning with Greg.
Lorick, aye.
Gavich, aye.
Guzekowski, aye.
Ladani, aye.
Chandler, aye.
Hannah, aye.
Bouch, aye.
Sullivan, aye.
All right, great.